Hello out there. I was going to do a pick a card reading today just for fun because I felt like it, but I was a bit under the weather. I'm still not feeling 100%, but I got some happy mail today. So these are decks that I have been expecting to come in. And after this, I think there's just 2 more decks that are in pre-order and then some Kickstarters that I funded. And after that, there's going to be no more deck buying, and it's going to be mostly deck reviewing and using the decks that I have, and possibly even making my collection a little bit smaller. So I apologize for the deep breathing. I'm a little congested. My asthma's getting kicked up by whatever this virus is. But I'm really excited to go over these. So the decks that I have are the new Mythic Tarot, and we're going to do an unboxing of these. The new Mythic Tarot with a ridiculously huge box, shocker. Zekes Arcana, which I'm so stoked about. Visions of Duality inspirational cards. The River. This is a completely visual oracle deck. And the second edition Goliath Tarot deck. So with that said, let's go ahead and I think we'll get started with the Mythic Tarot. Okay, here is the new Mythic Tarot as opposed to the old Mythic Tarot, which is out of print, by Juliet Sharman Burke and Liz Green, with cards illustrated by Giovanni Caselli. The Mythic Tarot was first published in 1989 and has been an international success with tarot readers ever since. The card illustrations depict the gods and goddesses, heroes and heroines of the Greek myths, familiar archetypal characters whose experiences perfectly mirror the shifts and patterns of our lives today. For this new edition, the entire deck has been re-illustrated by Giovanni Caselli, and an artist with a passion for the classical world, its literature, symbols, and myths. The new Mythic Tarot book explains everything you need to know to become an accomplished tarot reader. The new cards are stunning and breathe fresh life into the classic deck. With images rich in psychological insight, the mythical legends they depict prove wisdom and guidance for secret of personal growth. So this giant box is the new Mythic Tarot. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's open. Here is the book. This is a book. This is a proper, like, buy it in a bookstore book. That's okay. All right. So for somebody who's just starting out in tarot, if you were dead set against the Rider-Waite-Smith or Thoth, which you shouldn't be, that's what the ones you should learn with, this is actually going to be a very useful book and deck, I think. Not huge pictures. Talks about the image, then the card means and how it means, what it means in a divinatory level. That's pretty cool too. Sweet. All right. I like the book. The box is still too big. And I don't like that if you're not somebody who keeps your cards in a bag, like you'd have to store your cards in this box, which is really, really inaccessible because this box is a pain to open. So that is a negative. Let's take a look at the cards because that's an easy fix. All right, here we go. Sun. Why are these out of order? Why are these out of order? Oh, whatever. The Sun, the Queen of Cups, the King of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Judgment. These are really rich in symbolism. Oh, look at that star. They look like damselflies, butterflies, spider. There's Iris, the goddess Iris with the rainbow. Two of Cups, that's interesting. Page of Swords, that's cool. This isn't bad. I'm not liking the borders, so maybe I can modify it. Hold on, let me see something. All right, what would this look like modified? Like, I don't like this bottom. I think I could take it to here, right? I do that, and then maybe just take a touch off the top and then re-round the corners. Re-round, does that make sense? Re-round them. Oh, I think that looks so much better, doesn't it? All right, so I think I'm going to just hold that there for now. I really like this deck. I like the illustrations, heavy symbolism. I do think that this is something I'm going to be using relatively regularly, especially if I modify it. Oh, it's like pan. I like it. He's a little weird. Not such a fan of his face. Not a fan of the fool's face in this card. But the illustration overall, I just don't like his face. But this looks like it's illustrated by somebody completely different than this, doesn't it? Isn't that peculiar? All right, whatever. Not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. Moving on. That's a cool picture, the Four of Cups. Yeah, so I do think this is one I'm going to want to like check out the book. Oh, I love that. I'm going to want to check out the book a little bit before I read it, because there's so much going on in these cards. So yeah, that is the Mythic Tarot, and maybe once I go ahead and I modify it when I have some time, I'll do a little reading on here with it. But I do like them. I love the imagery. I like the artwork. It's kind of weird. Just not the fool's face. The fool's got a weird face. They did him dirty. So, all right, let's move on. All right, let's take a look of Visions of Duality, inspirational cards. Oh, let me read to you by who it's. Let me read to you by who it's by. Oh my goodness, my Tuesday brain and virus brain, but whatever. By Barbara Ciarlo and Riccardo Minetti. Riccardo Minetti. It's Visions of Duality Inspiration Cards by Lo Scarabeo. Published by Lo Scarabeo. Visions of reflections and symmetries compose the images of this wonderful deck dedicated to the concept of duality. Short, sweet, and to the point. Let's see. So we have here and now, perspective versus living in the present. The farthest shores, sense of wonder versus fear of the unknown. The maze we walk, wisdom versus madness. So I do think this is going to be a deck that is when I purchased it, this is going to be a personal deck for me in the beginning. When I use decks for myself, I don't typically like to read for them for anybody else. So I will be using this probably for my own personal practice. But I just thought the cards were really, like the artwork just drew me in. It's stunning. It's thought-provoking. It's evocative. That is evocative, but whatever. Really unique. It's very layered, like coming of age. I like that it's like a reflection. Here's light and here's the dark. Facing the shadow. Depths of potential. Aren't these beautiful? Spark that dreamt of fire. Oh, look at this card. Oh, goodness, these are so, cannot wait to work with these. I may use this for next month. So every month I change my decks. I do my daily draws from, and I might have to use this one next month. I really might, because it's potent. It is potent. There's so much going on in these. All right. Well, this is a keeper. This is a keeper. I am so curious to see how I work with this and what I come up with, when looking at them myself, because I like to look at the card and sort of see my personal interpretation of it first, and then I kind of go to the book. But it's a really interesting concept, and it really gets you thinking about duality and the dual nature of life, which it's a lot of what tarot is about. So yeah, this is the duality deck, and let's go to Zekes Arcana next. Look at this beautiful deck box, the beautiful deck box, because it's not the deck yet. Anyway, it's very pink. This is like Barbie bubblegum pink. But it's really pretty and it works really well. I was really drawn to the colors when I saw this online. They are so super saturated, and it's quirky and weird, and it feels like it would be a great juicy summer kind of deck. Escape into a vibrant and nostalgic dimension. There is a world beyond our imagination out there. In that world, you will find wide open skies lined with hope and marshmallow pink clouds. There, alien creatures speak of destiny, wonder, and adventure. Zekes Arcana is a colorful reinterpretation of the classic Rider-Waite tarot deck, lovingly painted by the artist Zeke. Zekes Arcana contains everything you need to read tarot, a unique guidebook, the familiar 78 card deck, plus 2 brand new cards that were created just for this deck. Let's take a look. Pink booklet. It's a little eyeball flower. The wands. Very simple. Very, very simple. Know your court cards. Ooh, I like that. Know your numbers. I like that too. I like that too. I really appreciate books that talk about the numbers, the court cards, and the suits, because really, if you know those cards, it's going to be so much easier to read tarot. So, not a ridiculously oversized box. It works nicely. Wowzers. Look at that pink shiny gilding. Oh, I love these backs. Oh, they feel nice. Kind of reminds me of what my Baroque tarot felt like before I used it so much. All right, here we go. Let's see, it might need a little bendy. Okay. The Fool, the Magician. Ooh, look at that. I mean, it is. It's like the definition of juicy, right? I like that Hierophant. That's so weird. It's all so weird, and I love it. Love it. Love it. She's about to go to a rave. This is so fun. This is so fun. There's a golden retriever on top of the wolf. That is why. Oh. Look at this sun card. Makes me think of My Little Ponies back from when I was a child. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love the world too. That ace. Oh, it's a pip deck. Okay. I did not realize it was a pip deck. Obviously, I was obsessed with the majors, but no matter. It's sort of illustrated just without the people, and that's okay. You still get the basic idea, like here's the canopy from the 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands, you get the same idea. So, okay, so it's a pippish deck. 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Okay, it's not too bad. Page of Wands coming out of the head, Knight. 2. Okay, so you get still the 3 of Swords. You get the general idea of what it's about. There's sort of illustrated pips. This is just such a gorgeous deck. My goodness. My goodness. Oh, I love this deck far more than I thought I was going to. I'm curious to see how much I actually use it, or if it's just one of those that, like, I love the artwork, so I purchased it. Oh, this is like straight up 1980s. The troll dolls. Fun fact, my father purchased a troll doll from me in 1982 when he was in Denmark. I have an original troll doll, and it's like this big. I don't. It's from my hand. I don't know. It's big. It's a big troll doll. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, I love this deck. I love this deck. The Patron King. So these are the two new cards, the Maker and the Patron. I like that. I love this deck. Let's see. Yeah, this cardstock's really nice. These feel so good in my hands. Let's see how sharp the gilding is. Not bad at all. I hate sharp gilding. It like rips my fingers apart, but this doesn't bother me at all. And it still shuffles really nicely. Okay. So this is Zekes Arcana. I am so excited. So excited to use this. So next we are going to move on to the river. Let me fix this. I think I might need to make a bag for this too. It never seemed to fit back in perfectly. Okay, next. All right, this is the river, Sailing the Stream of Consciousness by Nick Bantock. It is a fully visual oracle. I have the Archeo cards by Nick Bantock, and this is one of my most used decks alongside my Rider-Waite Smith. I really love using this for representing people I'm reading for, or energies they need to work with, or energy they're moving into, or energy they may need to utilize. And this deck has been used so many times, and the cards are in still pretty good condition. So hopefully this follows suit. He is also, Nick Bantock, the creator of Griffin and Sabine. And I don't know if any of you have ever read those books, but I highly recommend them. They are so imaginative and creative, and they are interactive. Like, you take letters out of envelopes and read the letters. Like, that's the book. And the illustrations are gorgeous. So I just love Nick Bantock. So when I saw that this deck was available, I ran to get it. Pretty thick book. I think a lot of unnecessary pages. But it goes like, here's the magic carpet, and then it gives you like this quote, sort of the general idea of what the image is about. But I think for the most part, you're meant to use your intuition, what you feel, what you're imagining or seeing within the card, because it's sort of like a Rorschach test, right? Like, there is a pig here, there's a star here. Maybe this is something that has yet to grow up. Maybe what is being planted and nourished right now is going to lead to your hopes and dreams when it finally materializes, right? So, and they are numbered, so you can look in the book if you need help, but it's really cool. It's really, really cool. I love it. And you can read so many different things into it, because how you perceive it and how I perceive it are going to be two different things. Like, this reminds me of a picture from the Archeo deck. I think I'm saying it right. Archeo. Shells. And then you have this guy down here. It's a little bit like Michael Caine, actually. I would say this is like an ocean explorer, right? Very watery card. It's just really cool. I really like this. I've been really interested in the idea of visual oracle cards recently. And I think because it allows you to learn to trust your intuition more, it allows your subconscious to have a voice. Um, it sort of forces you to turn your thinking mind off because there's nothing there for you to see. All the interpretations have to come from within you. When you see the colors or the patterns or the prints or the textures or the images, whatever it may be, I just think it's really awesome. And perhaps using this in conjunction with tarot cards, like interpreting this first intuitively and then doing your tarot reading based off of your interpretation of these visual oracles. So my Nicoletta Sicoli deck, hope I'm saying her name right, I trimmed that down and made it a visual oracle. And I was going to do it with another deck, but I decided to sell the deck instead. But this is being sold as a standalone visual oracle. And I believe there's one more that is right now that I saw. I mean, I'm sure there's more than this, but I haven't seen them. So it's this and another one that I saw on Etsy, but I purchased this one because I love Nick Van Tock. So yeah, it's a kangaroo in a suit. Little alien baby birds. So yeah, this is the river. And the book is Following the River's Course. So the river being your intuition, your subconscious mind. I love that concept. So I'm excited to use this one. All right, last one coming up is the El Goliath Tarot deck. All right, so this is the second edition of this deck. It's the El Goliath Tarot deck, and it is also a humongous box. I do love the illustration on the front though. Let's see. I saw some of these cards. I didn't see them all. And this is the devil. I don't know if you can see it. It's El Diablo, right? The master of lies. I want to say right now that this may be, and I own 100 plus tarot decks, and I'm getting rid of it. I think I may have had close to 200, and I've whittled it down to about 115 at this point. This is the creepiest devil card that I have ever seen. It's the teeth, it's the mouth, and it creeps me out. And I kind of appreciate that. All right. So I think this is sort of like a shamanistic deck, if I remember correctly, when I read about it. Here's the inside cover. Here's the book. And here he is. Art is how I see myself, how I express myself. It's my interpretation of the world I'm in. Art and creation are the only things I never get sick of. They heal me and lift me, keeping me buoyant every time I'm down or feeling like I'm sinking. I invite you into my world, my very own tarot manifesto. All the cards in this deck talk to each other and hold a fragment of my heart and soul on them. This is my gift to you. Oh, the book goes like this. Okay. So I'm not such a fan of that. This kind of annoys me a little bit. Just not for practicality purposes, for practicality's sake, I'm not a huge fan of a book being like this. But whatever. It's fine. It's a book. It's a huge book, but it's a book. And here are the cards. Also, I'm going to have to make a bag for these because this is a huge box and it's going to be annoying to open every time. Oh, look at the little fool. Let's see. And here's the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. There. Okay. Oh, this is a chunky deck. This is a substantial deck. It might be, it's a little rose petal finish too. Let's see the card. The cards feel good though. It's a good card. It's a solid card. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about the cards. Oh, sick brain. I hate this. Okay, anyway, moving on. This is the Fool, the Magician. Look at how beautiful these are. That's awesome. I love the Lovers. Ooh, look at the Chariot. Justice. That's amazing. Oh, it's an armadillo. I love him. The Wheel. Beautiful. Beautiful. Temperance. I mean, is that not a creepy devil card? Like, for real? Looks like he's going to devour your soul. Star. Oh, these are so pretty. These are so beautifully done. Ace of Cups. Oh, interesting. Kind of weird too. Like, I'm down with the weird decks. Oh, look at the little hippos. This is just such a huge deck. All right. Oh, I love pelicans. They make me happy. Oh, look at the whales. Sorry, orcas. They're technically dolphins, but they call them killer whales, which is weird, but whatevs. Okay. The Knight, the Page of Cups. Oh, she's beautiful. I love deer. We have so many deer where I live. They're everywhere, and people are like, they're so annoying. I'm like, but they're so sweet and beautiful and skittish. Oh, he's got Hebrew on his head. What does that say? I can't read Hebrew anymore. Oh well. All right. Let's see. They're super sticky, so I'm not going to try to go through every single one of them, but I love this octopus tentacle holding the ace. This is a really cool deck. This is a really, really cool deck. Oh, she is gorgeous. She is gorgeous. Three of Swords. Interesting. Oh, little bunny. Oh, yes and no. Okay, here's some extra cards. So I think you can probably use these separately or use them with the deck, however you like. All right. Not bad. Interesting. So I can't wait to try to figure this out a little bit better and do a first reading with it to see how it goes. It definitely, it's a take on the Rider-Waite-Smith, I guess. I guess I can see it a little bit, but it doesn't feel very Rider-Waite-Smithy at all. So maybe I shouldn't say that really at all. It just doesn't. So it'll be interesting to see how I work with this, how I use it, where I use it. But that's it for now. So I hope you enjoyed looking at my new decks with me, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.